yucky, buddy. Ugh.
Good morning. Hey, Joya. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Good morning. I need somebody to come over and do my edges. Please. Bring a hedge trimmer. Do my edges, please. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. I am going to get dressed in a minute, and I am going to go to the farmers market and support my local farmers, and then I'm going to go for a run and support losing this ass. So, God bless you. God bless you. Somebody's sneezing out there. Happy Canada Day to all our Canadian watchers. We love you. We love you. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Hi, James. Good morning. Seriously, Joyo, come help me do my edges, girl. Looking all kinds of crazy. I love how white people call them baby hairs. Could you, help me push down my baby hairs? I don't know how the weather is. That's a good question. It looks like the sun wants to come out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Unless you live in Birmingham, then it's going to rain. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys for a second. I read this article today. This is really important that we have this discussion. I read this article today that the rise in suicide in young people in New Jersey is it's booming. And I said teens in my caption, but really they're talking about young people, like 9 to 18, like 9 or 10. You know, in the article, they explain that they believe that what is contributing to the depression of children as young as 9 and 10 is access to social media, online bullying, pressure to do well in school, sexual orientation and gender identification, things like this. Obviously, we did not have a lot of that when I was young. I look at Olivia, who's 9.5, and I think to myself, could she be, she's not, but could she be depressed? 9 or 10, these kids are committing suicide. How does their mind even understand what that is? And if my eyes were opened reading this article, and I immediately knew that I had to have this conversation with you because if it was eye-opening for me, then it might be eye-opening for you. My children, this is my home, my house, okay? My children have zero access to social media. Zero. They have heard the word Facebook because they know Mommy does Coffee Talk on Facebook, but they don't know really what it is. They have no idea what social media is. They don't have phones. They don't have iPads. There's one computer in the house, and they're allowed to watch YouTube funny videos with kids for 30 minutes a day, right? This is scary. y'all. It is scary to think that as parents, we can't allow our kids to keep up with the Joneses, because keeping up with the Joneses means that they will be exposed to things that we can't always control, right? We don't want to be the mom who says, you can't have what everybody else has. But at the same time, yeah, we do want to be that mom. And I understand that their friends have it, but it's not the same. It's not the same. A mother at the pool was telling me that her son in 5th grade, y'all, 5th grade is like 10, was getting bikini pictures on his iPad from girls in the 7th grade. Listen, you little fast ass, I'm going to need you to slow down. 5th grade, 7th grade. Guys, I was still the awkward chick carrying the Trapper Keeper in those grades, okay? The bigger issue is, though, I don't want to get away from what I want to tell you. There have been a few times in my life where I questioned whether or not I would always feel that way. When my father died, when I was ending the relationship I was in before Michael, when Michael and I lost our 3rd child. These 3 times in my life, I hit a point where I believed that I would always feel that way. It is so important for me to address anybody right now who is watching this video, who is listening to the sound of my voice going, Jamie, I am always going to feel this bad. I am terrified that the sun will never shine for me again, that food will never taste good, that I will never love again. Will I ever laugh again? I want you to know that after my father died, I felt more alone than any teenager should ever have to feel. I became the girl where everywhere I went, people went like this. Oh, that's the girl whose father just died. Her father died. Father died. Okay? I had this weird thing hanging over my head. I was the girl whose father died. The teenager whose father died. I was the girl acting out because her father died. I was the girl crying because her father died. It was like no matter what I did. That's why I was so happy to go off to college, because in high school, all I was the girl whose father died, right? So I remember thinking I'm going to feel this way for the rest of my life. And then I didn't anymore. And then time went on and I started to heal from it, and I started to understand that it's okay to be the girl whose father died. It's not a Scarlet X. It's okay. It's part of life. It's sad, and it definitely changed my course. But it worked, and I was okay. When I was in a relationship before Michael that was abusive, and I had allowed myself, I want to blame him, but it was really me. I had allowed myself to be abused, down, emotionally abused, long past the point where I realized what was happening after 4 months into the relationship, and I stayed another 2 years. So as much as I'd like to blame him, I gotta blame me. But my point in that is that I remember sitting on that bathroom floor really, really and truly believing that I would never, ever, ever come out of it, that I would never love again. No one would ever love me. I would never heal, right? And my point of sharing that with you is that eventually the sun did shine again. To anybody who is watching this right now going, I don't know, Jamie, I don't know that the sun will ever shine again. I think I'm going to feel this way for the rest of my life. I say to you, I promise you, as sure as I am that the sun will set tonight and rise again in the morning, is as sure as I am that if you work the system, you will be okay. You will be okay. And parents have to stop encouraging their kids to have a lot, to be the best, to be whatever, and to get involved with the drama and the nonsense that goes on with teenagers. It is not your job to be your kid's friend. Too many parents now, especially in my home state, and I'm going to let y'all know, this is a fact, too many moms are trying to be cool through their kids. Cut it out. Stop posting on social media with your kid in fancy clothes and in front of fancy cars. What are y'all doing? What are you doing? These moms literally that were not cool in high school that are suddenly feel cool because they have the cool kid. It's you're doing the wrong thing. You're doing the wrong thing, Mom. It's not your job to make sure that your kid is cool. It's your job to make sure your child is healthy and that your child is kind and that your child cares for other people. Not that she's flossing in the city for her birthday at 15, whatever. I get it. We all want to do cool things for our kids, but we're sending the wrong message. Y'all are living through your kids wrong way. I don't see it with the dads as much. I'm sure the dads take part in it, but the moms, I'm watching them and I'm like, is this real? What? If my mother ever tried to wear a matching outfit with me when I was in high school and post up in front of a Mercedes to take a picture, I would have thrown up in my mouth. I would have been like, Susan, what are you doing? What are you doing? Focus on kindness. Focus on relationships with something bigger than us. If God is not your thing, find something bigger. Let your children serve other communities. Teach them about family values, giving back to the poor. I don't know, something. Exercise. The bullying and the less than, more than mentality is real. And it's really, really affecting our children. It's really affecting our children. Listen, nobody loves doing coffee talks that are more fun and uplifting than me. But I feel like it needs to be said that when our children believe that they are, the only thing that matters in the world, we are doing them a disservice, which goes back to the issues that I have with my children, snatching ice cream out of people's hands and running out of the place like they were raised by wolves, taking dish soap, having a part, whatever. Kids are kids, but it starts young. We're talking about 9 and 10-year-olds that commit suicide because they feel less than. I have a 9.5-year-old. Nobody is going to tell me that it is not my job to teach that child respect, self-worth, value for others, value of $1, value of other people's things. Y'all, if you ever see Olivia in front of a Bentley posting up with anybody flossing, you better smack the shit out of her. I want you to walk up to her and go, girl, I know your mother. You better get over here. And I am not kidding. These children that feel less than, my kids say, but everybody else has. I don't care. I do not care. You don't have to like me, but you will respect me. And I will take care of you. And we will have conversations. And I will love you. And I will teach you to love yourself. And I will pour into you. What I will not do is give you some sort of weird platform to like hurt other people or hurt yourself. Absolutely not. Sorry. Oh well, I'll be the meanest mother in America for the rest of my life. And there's a lot of mothers on Coffee Talk who are coming with me. We're going to be the meanest mother in America posse. Mental health is real. It's a conversation that we have to stop being afraid to have. It's a conversation that we have to have with each other. We have to look out for each other's kids. If somebody's child doesn't look right, if somebody's child suddenly changes the way they act, if you notice that a child who used to love to come into your house and be happy and eat and hang out suddenly doesn't want to eat and wants to hide in your kid's room, say something. Say something. If your child comes to you and says, Mom, so-and-so is having a hard time at school. So-and-so is being picked on the playground. Say something. Call the other mother and say, Olivia told me that so-and-so is having a hard time. And remember, mean moms raise mean kids. So if there is a mother, Jamie Goodman, let's talk. Put it out here. Let's have the conversation. If there is a mother, happy birthday, Caitlin Johnson. If there is a mother that is mean and their children are becoming that, call the mother out. Say, I get it. You got issues. You may not like me, whatever, but your child is seeing the way you behave, the way you speak to me, about me, around me, and it is affecting our children. And mental health is real. If you are a mother right now and you are struggling with your child, if your child is struggling with mental health, there is nothing to be shameful about in this crew, on this platform, in Coffee Talk. Absolutely nothing. We are here. It is real. And we are not prepared to help these children. We are not qualified. It takes real doctors and mental health experts and people who are trained in this. And if you are a mother that is struggling with this, you are doing the best you can. Because parenting is so hard, especially when it's a bigger issue than we are qualified to deal with and address. We can't do it all, moms. We got to take care of ourselves, our own mental health. We got to protect our peace, stop giving it all away so that we can focus on us and we can focus on our kids. It is hard. It is so hard. Listen, y'all, this is just a conversation to get us talking, get us thinking. It is not caused by bad parenting. Mental health issues is not caused by bad parenting. Absolutely not. Bullying may stem from bad parenting, but mental health, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's like saying diabetes is caused by bad parenting. It's not. And we have to stop making mothers feel like we have done something wrong when our children are struggling and we don't know how to help them. No, that is not bad parenting. I am not qualified for that. The same way when Olivia jumped off the thing at the park and broke her leg in 3 places, it was not bad parenting that I could not fix her leg. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a bone doctor. I was not qualified. But I did take her to a doctor to get help, to get her leg fixed. That was the best parenting I knew how to do. Jennifer Woodring, it is not your fault. It is not your fault. Sheila, it is not your fault. No. Mental health is real. It is it truly takes a village. Don't you think if mothers could fix their children, they would? I mean, honestly, if it was as simple as a mom just loving her kid more, that any of our children would be struggling, that blows my mind. My mother bullied me. She didn't mean to, but she did. And I ended up with eating disorders and oppositional defiant disorders, and I still have a hard time with authority, and I still struggle. There's a reason that I worked for myself for 15 years, because I can't handle anybody parenting me or telling me what to do. If my mother could take it all away, she would. I mean, it's just not that simple. It's just not that simple. But mothers, we can't fix everything. We just can't. Sometimes we need help. It takes a village. It takes a village. And I certainly can't fix it, but what I can do is say, I am here. I want to start the conversation. I love you. I have the same fears as a mother that you have. I deal with my own issues. You know, we're all just, I believe, yes, Sheila, doing the best we can. None of it is simple. None of it is simple. But this is just a conversation starter. It's just a conversation starter. But I love y'all so much. And I just want to keep the conversation open. That's all. Too many people on social media want to talk about happy, fun things all the time. They want their followers or their fans or their community to think their life is great all the time, and that they have no fears. And look, I'm on a show, or look, I'm rich, or look, I'm beautiful, or look, I have no cellulite, or whatever. And I just feel like I have a bigger responsibility, because I'm not rich and my life is not perfect and I have a lot of cellulite. And like, that just doesn't work for me. And I just like y'all too much. I just like y'all too much. Anyway, I love y'all so much. And I'm going to go to the farmer's market. And if you're there, come see me. I love you so much. And there, in the comments, there are people who need a friend. If you see a comment that speaks to you, maybe you could just reach out and send a DM. I love y'all. I love you. Have a great day.